So, this is what we look like in the morning. I'm gonna do another what I eat in a day video today. The theme is getting back on track because I just got back from a week in San Diego with family, and when I got back, it was my birthday week, and so I have indulged a little bit, a lot of it actually. Vegan junk food and maybe some tequila, and to be honest, I feel it, I really do. I've lost some strength at the gym, and I'm just not feeling 100%, so I wanna get back on track. Eat very healthy. Today, it's Sunday. I'm gonna show you everything that I eat. This morning, I've been drinking a lot of water and also sipping on my decaf coffee that I have on the weekends with a splash of my favorite creamer of all time. It's a soy creamer from Trader Joe's. And, super excited, I made this veggie quiche. It's crustless. I'm not sure if that makes it a frittata. Is the crust the only difference between a quiche and a frittata? I just sauteed some garlic, red onion, zucchini, and mushroom. Threw it in this pan and I topped it with a mixture of pureed silken tofu and hummus, and then I also added nutritional yeast and some black salt to give it that eggy flavor, and some turmeric just because it's good for you and it makes it yellow. Then I just topped it with some sliced tomatoes. We're gonna give this a try. Check it out. This is so much better than tofu scramble. So having another piece. So for breakfast, I'm eating half of this veggie quiche. Next time I make this, I'm totally making a 9x13 so I can have enough meal prep for like a couple days at a time. I'll probably finish this tomorrow morning for breakfast. Lots of protein, lots of veggies. Hey, okay, we're back for lunch. I want to show you how to make this cauliflower pizza crust that I made the other day that turned out to be really good, surprisingly. Before you do anything, you want to prepare some flax eggs so that the flaxseed can absorb the water while you're prepping all your other ingredients. So I'm just combining quite a bit of flax meal with some water. So I have a whole head of organic cauliflower. This one's kind of big, and I'm going to use the entire thing, but this will make 2 personal size pizza crusts. Sometimes people ask me if there's a substitute for flax eggs, and you can use a commercial egg replacer like Energy or the Neat Egg or Bob's Red Mill makes one, but honestly I would say just suck it up, use the flax egg, because flax seeds are great for you. You should be eating those every single day. I initially didn't really like the flavor of flax seeds, but I got used to them, and I think you can get used to most things if you just stick it out and keep eating them. And now I'm just going to chop it all up into little bits, and we're going to steam it for kind of a long time, 10 to 15 minutes, until it's completely soft and really easy to mash. I want to whip together a really quick, easy pesto. I have a ton of fresh basil here, and I'm going to use almonds because pine nuts are expensive. I'm going to add some lime juice, a couple tablespoons of nutritional yeast. This is going to take the place of Parmesan cheese. A little bit of salt, some red pepper flakes. I could have sworn that I had a bottle of olive oil, but I can't find it now. So what I'm going to use instead, because I do like my pesto to have a little bit of oil, okay? Since I don't have any olive oil on hand at the moment, what I'm going to use is a couple tablespoons of the oil from these marinated artichokes that I'm going to put on the pizza later. Actually, maybe just 1 tablespoon. I think that's good enough, just to make the pesto a little bit creamier and easier to spread. I would like to use fresh garlic in this, but somehow I've let myself run out. I'm going to use some powdered garlic. I'm just going to pulverize this. Pulverize. Pretty sure the cauliflower's done by now. Once your cauliflower cools a little bit and it's safe to touch, you're going to wrap it up in either a couple layers of cheesecloth or in a clean kitchen rag, or in my case, I used a nut milk bag. And you just want to wring out as much water as possible until you're left with cauliflower pulp, essentially. Now we're going to add in our soaked flax seeds. And you can add any spices you like. I'm going to add in some onion and garlic powder and some of this Italian seasoning. And then I'm going to add somewhere between 3/4 to a full cup of brown rice flour. Again, this is for 2 personal size pizzas or 1 very large pizza. Your dough should be nice and firm when you're done with it, but still slightly sticky. Lined baking tray, and I'm just gonna cook half of this now. Wet your hands a little bit so that the dough doesn't stick to them, and then just press it out to like about 1/4 an inch. I always preferred the thin, crispy, sort of like cracker style crusts. I've preheated my oven to 450 degrees already. I'm gonna cook this in there for 20 to 25 minutes, just until it starts getting a little golden brown around the edges. So after 20 minutes, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's not falling apart, it's not mushy, the bottom is nice and crisp and golden brown. I'm gonna start out with a layer, a very generous layer of our pesto. Sliced tomatoes, some of our chopped artichoke hearts, and I also have some fire roasted red and yellow peppers. It's kind of fancy. so excited. I'm gonna pop this back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Check it out. Very cute, very cute. Do you hear that crunch? I hope you can. See, this crust totally holds up. I love it. Well, I ate that first slice in under a minute, if that's any testament to how good I think this is. This does not taste vegan, doesn't taste healthy, but it is. I'm about to go to the gym and I just wanted to have a really quick and easy pre-workout snack. So I'm gonna eat 1 stick, 8 ounces of Miyoko's cultured vegan butter just on its own for healthy fats. JK, I already started eating my pre-workout snack. I had a piece of multigrain toast with some peanut butter, strawberries, and 1 lonely dried fig. Here's a little bit of my workout footage. I recently switched to a strength training program centered around heavy compound movements with the barbell. I've seen so much progress. I love it. As I mentioned, I have lost some strength over the past 2 weeks, but I think it should come back quickly. I'm now squatting more than I weigh, which is pretty cool. I'm about 105 pounds now, 5 feet tall. Bench is starting to feel more natural to me, and I hate barbell rows with a passion, but I force myself to do them anyway. I also do overhead press and conventional deadlifts on a different day. We're back for dinner. Y hoy para la cena vamos a comer enchiladas. I went to Trader Joe's after the gym and I was wandering through the aisles and I saw that they now carry green jackfruit in a can. I was psyched. I bought like 10 cans and I decided that I wanted to try and recreate this chicken enchilada dish that I used to make before I was vegan. All I did was drain and rinse my jackfruit and I shredded it up. I sauteed some minced garlic, red onion, and chopped zucchini in a little bit of coconut oil. Then I added in my shredded jackfruit along with some fajita spice and some water, and I covered it up and I let that sort of steam simmer for about 15 minutes until everything was nice and soft. Then the recipe I used to make before I was vegan called for a can of cream of mushroom soup. It was a very creamy enchilada dish, so I wanted to replicate that without adding too much fat. So for that I pureed some white beans with a little bit of unsweetened plain soy milk and some nooch, because what the hey, and I was able to make 10 enchiladas with the amount of filling I had. I topped it with a little bit of Deo mozzarella, just because if it doesn't have cheese, is it even an enchilada? Usually I like to serve my enchiladas on a big bed of shredded iceberg lettuce so that the sauce gets mixed in with the lettuce. It's so good, but Trader Joe's was out of iceberg lettuce, so I have shredded cabbage instead. Gotta get your greens in. And since I have 10 enchiladas, I will have leftovers for the next couple days. Enchiladas have always been one of my favorite comfort foods. You can put literally anything you want in them. They're easy to make healthy. I'd say this version's pretty healthy. So I'm gonna finish these 2 up and I'll probably have 1 more. So 3 enchiladas in total. There's a little aphid on my elbow. Do you see him? He's so cute. Be humble. Sit down.